Personally, I think this should be the standard version. This 21,000 yen version should be the standard version and everyone gets 2 faceplates. The 19,000 yen version is kind of redundant in my opinion because the price difference isn't very big. However, I can suggest Kadokawa to give us an exclusive version for maybe 25,000 yen and you give us a separate body part, a separate torso part which you can swap out. And there is a knife lodged in her torso with blood coming off. That would be an excellent bonus part. Hi and welcome back. Welcome to this week's Figure News Fix. We will be taking a look at anime scale figure pre-orders between the 10th to the 15th of April 2023. There are not many figures either this week. Last week we had like 10 figures. This week it is still less than 20, so not many figures to go through. But we do have a lot of excellent scale figures for the week. Very nice. Let's jump into AmiAmi.com, but firstly, on top in the rankings, in second place, we have the most hyped up anime of the season, I from Oshiko. Yeah, that's what I call it, Oshinoko. Alright, fifth place, a scale figure of a character I'm not familiar with. In sixth place, that is personally, in my opinion, the best figure this week. Yeah, that Megumin right there by Shibuya Scramble figure or E-Stream. Seventh place, something from Princess Connect. And rounding up the top 10, another Oshiko figure, yeah, different version, right? And 2 Konosuba figures, yeah. The new season is currently airing, so a lot of seasonal anime stuff this week for once. Alright, going down to 15th of April, there are 2 scale figures over there. The first one here is a 1/7 scale figure of Bridget from Guilty Gear Strive at almost 25,000 yen by Spiritale. Well, that is normal price range for 1/7 scale nowadays, and given what you're getting in this package, this is a rather fair price. Yeah, if I could get her or him for cheaper, I would. A discount is always a nice thing, but 25k is about reasonable by today's standards, that is. This is also possibly one of the first scale figures of Bridget to go on pre-order. The only ones that went on pre-order earlier was the pop-up parade, I think. Yeah. So it really depends on whether you like what you're seeing with this figure over here. Spiritale stuff, they are kind of okay, very decent. If you don't like, just move on and wait for the next one. There were like 7 of them, 8 of them being revealed in the previous Wonder Festival, seriously. So you have plenty of choices. You can also always pre-order this one first, and then if you come across something you like more later on, cancel the pre-order. But really, I don't do that kind of thing, right? That is not a nice thing to do. To me, the paintwork on this figure, for some reason, it looks a bit like... How do I put it? There are a lot of shading, a lot more shading than usual for any scale figure out there, right? I mean, look at the base over there, right? The cloud or smoke effects, whatever that is, and the wooden floor tiles. Yeah, this photo over here, see, there are a lot of shading on the paintwork. You see the teddy bear, look at the gradient of the brown color. And then the floor tiles, yeah. This is a lot more shading than usual for most anime figures, and this is something I personally really like. All the extra effort in painting the figure, you know. So this figure of Bridget from Spiritale actually gets a really high marks from me in this painting department, assuming they do deliver in the quality control department. So I can certainly recommend this one unless you don't like what you're looking at. Personal taste, you know, then you move on and wait for the next one. The second one here, we have a 1/6 scale figure of Kawakuma-chan, Banma Neomu. From Charm. Charm is one of Native's branches, if I'm not mistaken, so they actually make pretty excellent X-rated scale figures. 1/6 scale and 24k may seem like a really good price, but this is a lolly character, obviously, so this is more alongside the 1/7 scale size of anime figures. We take a look at the height. Yes, 23.5 centimeters. It's closer to 1/7 in terms of dimensions. But really, I like the character design a lot. Succubus, there are nothing new with anime figures. There are so many of them over the years, over the past decade even. But with the design of this character over here, yes, I really like what I'm looking at. In fact, I would really love to have one. Yeah, I'm not going to click further on because there are X-rated pictures that I can't put on screen. This is a really attractive figure to me, seriously, but I don't see myself pre-ordering because I have other priorities. Hopefully I have some spare cash lying around after release to pick her up, yeah. However, not pre-ordering something like this X-rated figure, it is in general a very bad idea because they do sell out pretty quickly and they become very hard to find after that, yeah. That is all for the 15th of April, only 2 scale figures. We go down to the 14th of April, several scale figures on this day. As usual, Fridays are a hot day for new figures. The first one here from Princess Connect, we have a 1x7 scale figure of Ilya by Wing Company. 37,400 yen. This is probably the most expensive scale figure of the week. Yeah, not including 1x4s of course. So I can certainly see why this figure is so pricey. There are so many things going on with this figure. Very detailed. I personally am a fan of details. I love a lot of details on figures, right? But even so, with this figure right here, it almost feels like the details are very cluttered. You know, the more I look at this figure, the more painful it is to my eyes. Like, what am I supposed to be looking at? Well, these are pictures though. Maybe the figure will look a lot better in person. So we will see. I really like the armor parts, the gauntlets and all those armor parts, all those shiny metallic stuff. That is what I really love about this figure. But yeah, I don't collect Princess Connect Redive stuff. Overall, Wing Company, they make great figures as well. They were also a subsidiary of Good Smile. I think their warranty is handled by Good Smile, I think. Yeah, if you like her, go ahead and pre-order one. The next one here, this is, in my opinion, the best scale figure of the week. This looks amazing. Megumin 1x7 scale, the Black Ghost dress version from Furyu. For once, Furyu is pricing a figure very competitively. Wow. I mean, when you look at the base over here, I thought this was an Extreme Shibuya Scramble figure initially. I even said so during the rankings part earlier. But no, this is something by Furyu, because this doesn't look like something Furyu normally does, This looks like a Shibuya Scramble figure. And to top things off, this is 32,000 yen. Wow, Furyu, what happened? What happens in your management? This is amazing. This is something I really can highly recommend. If you like what you're looking at, yes, pre-order it. Because when I look at this figure, my first thought was that, is this 45,000 yen? 50,000 yen? That was my guess back then when I saw the pictures on Facebook before pre-order day. 32,000 yen, man, this is a steal in my opinion. Seriously. And a competitively priced figure coming from Furyu? Wow, I'm shocked. I had to check my windows and see whether pigs were starting to fly, Yeah, this is a highly recommended figure, make no mistake. This is excellent. The next one over here. So the Angel Next Door Paul Spin-Rotten Mahiru Shina Little Devil version 1x6 scale. Wait, this is Mahiru Shina? Yeah, maybe with her hair tied up in a twin tail style, but doesn't look like Mahiru Shina to me. Or was this based on the artwork in the manga and the light novel? I have no idea. I totally had no idea this is Mahiru at all. I think the one made by, was it Furyu or Kadokawa? I can't remember. One figure of her went on pre-order several weeks ago or even months ago. That is a great looking figure for around 21,000 yen back then. This is Mahiru. No, this is not Mahiru at all. Yeah, I'm beginning to see a bit of resemblance in this angle, this picture over here. This has to be based on some original content that wasn't depicted in the anime. And this coming from Shibuya Scramble figure, it is also very out of character, This doesn't look like something they would normally do. They love all their fire or water effect parts all over the place that break very easily. So this is a bit uncharacteristic of them, but in my opinion, this is a nope. Because if I were to buy a figure of Mahiru, yeah, the one previously went on pre-order, that was a better one. The one where she is wearing school uniform holding a transparent umbrella. Yeah, that was a really nice figure of her and it doesn't cost too much. The next one here, an original character Bonnie illustration Hitoyo-chan by Union Creative, 23,470 yen. At first glance, I thought this was a KDcolle character. Yeah, Which girl was it? Was it Shikaku? I can't remember, where she wears white and red outfit, Japanese style. Yeah, it looks like some some KDcolle character at first glance. Nice sword, by the way. But I can tell from these pictures that this isn't a very detailed figure. 24k, yeah, once again, normal price range for 1x7 scale, and given that you're getting a unique base and a sword over there, not too bad of an offering in terms of value for money. But yeah, don't expect too much. You see the outfit over there, it is just plain, and it looks a bit bulky and thick, so this isn't a very detailed figure. Yeah, I would say this is great value if you like the character design, otherwise just skip it, right? Alright, that is all for the 14th of April. We go down and we are skipping past all of those image update figures. They went on pre-order already previously. Alright, 14th of April, nothing over there. I'm going to pass on that Samurai Showdown figure. 13th of April, let's talk about Ai, right? A 1x7 scale figure of Ai from Oshinoko. I prefer to call it Oshiko for the sake of simplicity, even though I don't have any fetish over golden showers. But anyway, there are two versions, which I don't understand why there are two versions to begin with. This one, 21,780 yen. This is the, let's call it a bonus version. And there's a cheaper version over here, 19,000 yen, which isn't a big difference to be honest. And unfortunately, the only two differences between these versions is the faceplate. This one, you're getting that wink eye faceplate only. And for the bonus version, you're getting a second faceplate. Yeah, the one I'm looking at over here with both eyes open, which in my opinion is less attractive. Personally, I think this should be the standard version. This 21,000 yen version should be the standard version and everyone gets two faceplates. The 19,000 yen version is kind of redundant in my opinion because the price difference isn't very big. However, I can suggest Kadokawa to give us an exclusive version for maybe 25,000 yen and you give us a separate body part, a separate torso part which you can swap out. And there is a knife lodged in her torso with blood coming off. That would be an excellent bonus part. Yeah. Alright, joking aside, this is the thing where I'm kind of concerned when it comes to seasonal anime. I've talked about this in a separate video before. You can check out that video right up here. So the thing with seasonal anime is that they are overhyped in the beginning. And when the figure comes out around the right timing as the anime airing the first episode, everyone will go and pre-order it. So initially you'll see a lot of demand, maybe even selling out. Hasn't happened to this figure yet. But then by the time the figure is released a year later, people have lost interest and you'll see a lot of pre-order cancellations. There will be an overstock and in the end the value bins. Yeah, you get a bargain bin. I'm actually concerned that this might happen to this figure of Ai over here because technically Oshinoko is a seasonal anime. Unless the anime gets 4 or 5 seasons, anything with 2 seasons or less is a seasonal anime, and anime figures from seasonal anime, they usually don't do very well after release. Yeah, you might be able to score a discount later on if you don't pre-order right now. So in my opinion, I want a figure of her. I do like this figure a lot. But at the same time, this looks like another Idol Master or Love Live figure to me. It is an idol character. And for that reason, this figure is not very unique other than the very fact that she is from Oshinoko, the most overhyped anime of the season. So yeah, I'm not sure if pre-ordering is a good idea right now. I'm not sure how to predict this one. Now that we are done with the figure, let's talk about the anime for a second. Yeah, episode 1 was amazing. Full stop. But at the same time, it is the best example of why anime rankings and anime reviews online, 90%, 95% of it, they are all BS, right? They all don't reflect what is actually good and what actually is not. The anime just aired for 1 episode. How can it be the best anime ever in anime list rankings? It doesn't make any sense, right? So that is the thing with anime characters, anime series that are being overhyped, you see. It doesn't just apply to anime websites, anime list rankings and so on. All this overhyping will translate onto the figure and every other merchandise. Initially, a lot of people will go for the figure, and then eventually there will be those who lose interest, and then the value starts going down after release. So that is my concern over here. The second figure over here, this is Free Inks 1x4 Bunny style figures, B style figures, Toaru Kagaku no Railgun, Guiko Saten Bunny version 38,500 yen. I'm not sure how well this one will sell, other than among the fans of the Railgun series. I am a fan, by the way. Guiko Saten is one of Misaka's best friends, I would say, and an insert character, a side character in the series. There were not many figures out there of her being made. Maybe more than 10 years ago, there was an altar figure of her, and yeah, that one didn't do very well. After release, it bargain bins like crazy. You could find a new one for 3,500 yen, 4,000 yen. Yeah, that was more than 10 years ago, by the way. And there were no figures of her since then until this 1x4 bunny of her today. Even so, this is a niche side insert character, so I'm not sure if this would sell very well compared to Kuroko over there. Kuroko has a lot of fans actually. However, it is very nice to see Free Ink giving attention to these less popular characters. I really appreciate that. Up next, from the Idolmaster Cinderella Girls, another lolly from Plum. This time around, we have Arisu Tachibana 1x7 scale, just under 20,000 yen. That is an okay price for 1x7 once again. So recently, for some reason, Plum has been on a mission making as many Idolmaster figures as possible. And somehow it feels like almost every single one of them have a very similar face. Maybe it is just the character design. So this will appeal to Idolmaster fans, but outside of that, no, this is just another idol figure to me. I'm skipping this one. Up next, from Kiseki series, Miracle series, Fie Clausel 1x8 scale by Kotobukiya, 16,170 yen. I have no idea what this is. Maybe this thing is in the top 10 best selling because there barely is any other scale figures or popular characters for the week, I guess. Very nice dynamic pose. But is this from a game or manga? I'm not sure. Looks like one of those stereotypical Isekai series characters, MMORPG characters, you know? Interesting character design and base. You know that base over there? Not really a fan of the abstract art going on with the base design. And is Kotobukiya going to glue this figure to the base again? Your guess is as good as my guess, but I really hate Kotobukiya doing that. This does not look like the kind of figure where they actually glue the figure permanently to the base. If the base is a diorama base, then very likely they are going to do that. So this is a skip for me. Up next, from KDcolle, Jujutsu Kaisen Yuji Itadori. This is Furyu's version of Pop-Up Parade, affordable scale figure, 5,600 yen. But to me, looking at this picture over here, this looks more like an over-glorified price figure. Why would you sell this as a price figure for 1,500 yen maybe when you can put the same figure in a more fancy looking box, give it a brand name, and then upmarket it to 5,000 yen? That is what KDcolle figures feel like nowadays because there is barely any detail on the outfits over there. Look at that. Just plain grey plastic. I can't recommend this. The same thing goes for this figure over here, also by KDcolle. From Haikyuu, we have Tetsuro Kugo. 5,800 yen. Price figure quality. This is price figure quality. You're paying for the packaging more than the figure, I think. Up next, this is a re-release from Fats Company. You have Double SS Gridman, Rika Takarada 1x7 scale, 14,000 yen. This may seem very cheap by today's standards, but this is a very plain and simple figure. Shouldn't cost more than 15k anyway. So if you missed out the first release and it is kind of rare now, you want her, by all means pre-order one. Other than that, this is a skip for me. Doesn't look like a very attractive figure to me, you know. That is all for the 13th of April. Let's go down to the 12th of April. What do we have on this day? Alright, there are 3 scale figures over here. The first one from Double S Diana Zenon. Again, we have Mujina. This is a non-scale by Union Creative, almost 19,000 yen. Yeah, she has very nice hips, very nice thighs, right? Everyone talks about her thighs with this character. Pretty plain figure, to be honest. 19k feels a bit high, but hey, if you like double S Gridman, maybe pick one up. For me, this is once again a nope. I'm skipping this one. And with Union Creative, it would be really interesting to see how they handle the paintwork on those gold color trims, you know. The difference between a figure company that is very high in consistency and one that is on the lower side, it will be color trims like that, all those very thin trims, right? Whether there are any paint bleeding going on. So I'll be really interested to see how they handle the paintwork on this outfit over here. Up next, we have another re-release. This is Megumin Sneaker Bunko 30th Anniversary Version, 1x7 scale by Kadokawa or KDcolle. Almost 22,000 yen. Let's just call it 22k. Yeah, this is not something everyone will like. I think this face over here and the eyes, right? This is based on the art style of the original content, like the cover of a manga or light novel. You know, this is not what she looks like in the anime. Fairly attractive though, but to me, because I'm so used to looking at her in anime, I think the eyes look really big over here. Yeah, she is a pair with that Aqua over there. Of course, because of the new season airing, they are putting this on re-release, which is always a nice thing for those who missed out her back then. Here we have Aqua Sneaker Bunko 30th Anniversary Version as well for the same price. Yeah, Aqua looks really nice over here. Great pose as well, no? Once again, if you missed out on this figure back then and you want her, this is a great chance to get one by pre-ordering. I'm skipping both. And that is all for the 12th of April. We go now to the 11th of April. These two scale figures are the last of the day. There are no figures on the 10th of April. So over here we have a 1x... Oh, I thought this is a 1x7. This is non-scale from Girls Frontline Suomi Midsummer Pixie Damage version. By Pony Canyon, almost 24,000 yen. This feels really expensive to me. Because let's take a look at the dimensions. I doubt this is a big figure. Oh, this is a 1x7 scale. And it is only 11.5 centimeters because she is in sitting pose. And secondly, this is also a lolly character. So 24,000 yen for this, I'm not too sure. The paintwork on her hair looks amazing. I like the gradient over there, the shading. If the paintwork turns out exactly like what we're looking at over here, this is somehow a decent figure. But this is a figure too tiny to be asking for 24,000 yen in my opinion. Of course, this is coming from Pony Canyon. This is like buying a figure from Aniplex or Kadokawa, you know. Those anime studios, publishers who make the anime and they themselves hold the copyrights and the license to these characters, they can price it however they want. Yeah, I don't think I can recommend this if this is going for 24k. Cheaper, maybe yes. And the last figure for the day, Freeing Beastyle, Senran Kagura Shinobi Master. We have New Link Yumi Bear Lake Bunny version. So is this a re-release? Because this is a Bear Lake version. I don't remember a stocking version of her. I can't remember. But this one is going for only 27,500 yen, which is a great price. And seeing that the price is so low for this 1x7 scale, or 1x4 scale, yeah, this is most likely a re-release of a previous older sculpt they have made many years back then and then they removed the stocking. Yeah. So if you like Senran Kagura, maybe pick this one up. But for me, no. I think at 1x7 scale, Senran Kagura had more interesting figures, yeah, being made. Ah, this two is a pair. I've already forgotten about her, the one on the left over there. I don't even remember her name anymore. This is a skip for me as well. And that is all for this week's Figure News Fix 10th to 15th of April 2023. Which one will you pre-order? Seriously, go and get that Furyu Megumin. 32,000 yen, that is a pleasant surprise to me. What happened, Furyu? What happened? Could you guys please maintain a more reasonable pricing going forward? Please? Alright, see you guys again very soon and goodbye.